Josh Vanderwall here. Today I am presenting my capstone project at Grand Canyon University. My application is called OpinionMarket, and it is built with a microservices architecture. OpinionMarket is a community discussion and social news application. The features are inspired by Reddit. The application supports the creation of an ecosystem of meaningful discussions by organizing discussion around topics and communities. The app is designed with a microservices architecture, and that's the modern architecture style we see companies like Netflix innovating with and implementing. I'm very happy to have used this architecture style in my capstone project. Now, my project objectives were to implement the following high-level features. Discussion communities, that includes posts and comments, messaging, user accounts, user profiles, and the ability to upload images in messages, posts, and also as profile images. My user experience and UI design considerations were to make an intuitive UI, remove unnecessary obstacles from the onboarding process. Users are not required to provide personal information, they do so at their discretion. Moderation keeps communities focused, and there is responsive design in place for most components. The following architecture styles are incorporated in the application design. Microservices are designed with the layered architecture within them that separates concerns within my microservices. I have service discovery, service orchestration, I have a REST API, API gateway, and that gateway is what allows the microservices to receive requests from my client application. And then I have DevOps. I have a CI/CD pipeline, and that pipeline automates unit and integration testing. And in addition to that, the pipeline automates the integration, delivery, and deployment of my updates into my production instances. Logging is supported by the application, as well as monitoring using Uptime Robot. Okay, my technologies were chosen on the basis of being new to me so that I could grow as a developer and learn new things, but also because they are industry relevant and because they are going to work well together and not become a problem trying to use one with another. I use Spring Boot as my backend framework. It's a fantastic Java framework that allows me to quickly start a project with opinionated configuration and offers a lot of great libraries from Netflix for microservices, such as Eureka for service discovery, or also just Project Lombok to remove boilerplate code from the project. React is my front-end framework and allowed me to reuse components and put my HTML into my JavaScript. MongoDB was my database that I used to persist data. Docker was a container solution that provided a consistent and isolated environment for my application to run in. I deployed all my microservices in Docker containers, my API gateway in a Docker container, my client application in a Docker container. Docker was very ubiquitous in this project. AWS is the cloud provider, so I used their EC2 and Elastic Beanstalk services. So that's a demonstration of both infrastructure as a service and platform as a service. Maven was the package management tool used with Spring Boot. Material UI is the library of front-end components I used. And Redux is a state container for React. And all technologies were learned after starting the project, so this has been a fantastic learning experience for me, as you can imagine. In terms of limitations, bugs, and known issues, users must refresh to see the latest messages. There is a web application, but no mobile application. The messaging component is not mobile friendly. Images appear stretched on Chrome, and there are occasional issues with aborted requests due to the asynchronous nature of React. Now we're going to watch a video. Josh Vanderwall here. Today I'm going over the functionality of OpinionMarket, my capstone application at GCU. We can see I am verified by Amazon. I'm using AWS EC2s and Elastic Beanstalk and HTTPS all the way. There's validation on these authentication forms. And the cool thing about this validation is that every time I type in a character, it's going to update. So that means that as soon as the input is valid, we can see these errors going away. I'm going to register a new user. And that was successful. And now I'm going to log in as the user that I just registered. Okay, I don't have a profile image yet because my profile isn't set up. I just made my account. I wanted to get as many obstacles as possible out of the onboarding process, but I will demonstrate that shortly. There's a lot of suggested communities here, so what I'm going to do is narrow it down a bit. I can search by name or description, and that narrows down the communities I see. I can find discussion of my interests. And this is a community. I can look at the community info, but as I'm not the moderator, this is a read-only functionality. I can't edit it. I can take a look at a post. Here's a post with an image. I can upvote this post or downvote the post. And we can see the point total changing. There are comments. Comments are multi-level, as can be seen here. There's a post from my friend Kevin, an alumnus of GCU. I can also vote on comments. Okay, and I can add a new comment. And because I own this comment, I can edit it, or I can delete it. And that's a permanent and destructive action, so I'll be prompted to see whether I really want to do it, so I will not delete anything by accident. That is throughout the application for all permanent and destructive actions. Another thing I can do is add a new post. And I can upload an image to go with that post. And we can see the new post. And because I own this post, I'm able to edit it and delete it. All right. In terms of messaging, I'm a brand new user, so I don't have any conversation started yet, but I can start up a conversation with Josh and say, hello, Josh, and send an image with that message. Because I sent the message, I'm able to edit it. I can switch to a different image, let's say. There we go. And to demonstrate deleting a message, I will quickly send one more and delete that. Okay. Now, in terms of my profile is not set up yet, and I can fill out just the parts I want to. That was so I could get obstacles out of the onboarding process, but also because I don't want to provide maybe my email and my phone number. And if I don't want to, I don't have to. I can provide just my location, let's say, and then a profile image. And the cool thing about this profile image is we're going to see it appear both on the component, but also in the nav bar. There we go, in the nav bar and the component. So that is the profile functionality. I now want to log in as a different user, and I'm going to do that so I can demonstrate what it means to be the moderator of a community, and also so I can see I got that message from the new user. So for the Bay Area community, Josh is a moderator, so that means that when I go to info, I can see the info, but I can also edit it, and I can change the message of the day to put an exclamation point, and there we see the message of the day has been updated. And if I go to my messages and go to my message from the new user, here it is. So that is the functionality of my application. Thanks so much for watching the functionality demo. All right, that was the functionality of my application. And so now I'd just like to say thank you. Thank you for watching this demonstration. Thank you to a couple of key people, Professor Mark Reha, who was the mentor for this project, and Professor Jevin Jackson. I'd also like to give a shout out to him. There are QR codes here for my project portfolio and my LinkedIn profile. There's more information about the project on my portfolio and more about me on my LinkedIn profile. I'll let it go for a few seconds here. All right, well, thank you so much. I've had a great time in the computer programming bachelor's program at GCU. Learned so much, can't recommend it enough. Thank you for watching.